Okay. I'm very new in your teachings. Actually, a couple months I started watching YouTube videos, but I think it's been a process because
it always will be.
Because I started, knowing that it was more that I wanted to know, that I know that I can more that I can do with my life. So I started researching and getting the meditations and learning about stuff like that. That's why I came across the YouTube videos. Then I started watching the videos, and it changed my life completely.
Well, what happened to you is because you are who you are, and you watched and heard and felt resonance. Now, what resonance is you being in a place where you're reverberating with whatever it is that you're focused upon. So that resonance is another word for readiness. You know how when you set your tuner on your radio dial, it matches up with something that's being broadcast. So your inner being, Abraham, is broadcasting all the time. It's interesting. Have you ever been looking for something and forgot you were looking for it? It just flashed across your mind. Oh, I need to find that. And then you sort of forgot about it. And then you had another thought about something else that led you. And then you found that thing that you had thought about and then forgot about. And you thought, oh, good thing that I came over here because I was going to come and get you, but then I forgot that I needed to get you. But now here I've got you. Have you ever had that experience? Happens all the time. That's what we mean when we say your inner being is always guiding you, taking into consideration the resistance that you have on your path, because sometimes you're distracted by the other things in your world, even though that matters, and so forth. You've all had those experiences.
Because I actually got your books in 2006 or 2007. It was just 3 books in one, like a little container with 3 of your books, but I never even opened them, ever. I mean, I always knew where they were. Like, I always moved from place to place, and I never knew I always know where they were.
This is a good conversation to have. Somehow, because of the desire that you held, desire muted with some resistance, everybody has it on almost every subject. Still, your desire at some point must have been a little stronger than your resistance, and so there came, through the path of least resistance, these books into your possession. But the resistance was strong enough that even though they were there, and you kind of liked them being there, there was enough unreadiness or not enough strong wantingness that was not the path of least resistance. That was a path of least resistance that took you that far, but not into something that was more. But because your desire is still there, now you were looking not for what was on those books. You weren't even looking, you weren't doing a Google search about that. You were looking for something that you wanted to enhance your experience, and through the path of least resistance, you ended up at the same place, through a whole different way. And we are not for a moment implying that this is the only place to get answers. We don't mean that at all. Sometimes people have the feeling, and they offer these words, that I feel like I'm getting to the dock, but I missed my ship. It already came and left. And we want you to know there's another one and 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 another one. There's no ending to the ways, the cleverness of the universe, because your inner being knows you and knows what you want. Your inner being is not saying, she didn't read the books, don't show her the YouTube clips. If she really wanted this, she would have read the books. No, that's your mother talking to you. But your inner being is just always knowing that light is always there. And sometimes you get greater glimpses than others. Sometimes when you're in what you would think the most unlikely place, where you have strong, strong, strong desire, you could have a powerful desire and strong resistance. And if your desire is powerful enough, your desire is going to win out, but it's a sort of rough ride. So we don't have to teach you about desire. Life is giving that to you. We don't have to teach you about step 2. Source is on your side and always rooting for you and always offering path of least resistance nudges and impulses and ideas. We're just wanting to help you to soften your resistance so that you can have more pleasure and more deliberateness, because it's great when things happen that you just stumble on. We really like it when something happens and you feel inspired to feel good, and then because you feel good, more good comes. But that's what makes you think of randomness and chance and karma, because when there's no measure of control, when you don't have any way to acknowledge, well, what was it I was doing when that good thing happened? But now, as you get it, that you are a creator and that the law of attraction is responding and that you're offering vibrations and you can feel what your vibrations feel like. And now your quest is to sync up with your inner being who is powerfully attracting on your behalf. Now big things can come into your experience, and even more important, you can feel the steadiness, the sureness, the clarity, the realness, the love of things working out for you.
I've been feeling love and joy in everything that I do, and it's just, and I just quit my job a couple months ago, I mean in May, before I started even working in these, and then I feel free, and I feel happy, and I feel like, okay, something is coming, and I know something amazing is there for me. And right now my husband has his own business, so I'm kind of helping him. But then my question is, how can you...
Well, here's the answer. So, a lot of people who are feeling discord in their current work, for whatever reason, who feel real freeness for a moment when they leave it, then they are wanting to attract something fast to fill that financial void. And we just want you to consider, nothing's gone wrong, everything's all right, but we want you all to consider, in light of this segment intending getting out ahead of a thing that we've been talking about, what if you were in a job that, while it had many negative aspects, also had some positive aspects? And what if you could find a feeling of security, even if you had to ignore the job altogether to find it? What if you could still find a feeling of well-being in this segment? Not because the segment points to it, but because you want to feel it. Not because the circumstances or conditions are pointing it out to you in a strong way, but because you like feeling like that, and so you're good at finding the feeling place of that. So you're practicing these segments and feeling good while you are in a job that on the whole, objectively, you don't like that much, but you're not being objective to every positive or negative aspect. You are tuning yourself to the frequency of well-being. So your current job is giving you more and more things that feel good. Not enough of them to stick around forever, but more and more things that feel good. And in the appreciation right where you are, then you move seamlessly into the next, and into the next, and into the next, and into the next. There are endless co-creative experiences that you could call jobs or relationships. It doesn't matter what label you give them. You're never going to stand still. There's always something more. And we just want to say really powerfully, Esther wants to deliver it loudly because she can feel the power that we're wanting to deliver it with, that the happier you are right where you are, the better the next segment's going to be. And humans have it backwards. They keep thinking that if I am happy about being here, the universe will stick me here forever. That's what your mother would do. You tend to think you got to complain. Oh, if the universe gets the idea I'm happy here, then maybe it won't carve out something better. That's not how it works. The happier you are now, the better the next segment will feel to you, and the next, and the next, and the next. So you can move seamlessly from one experience to another without the discomfort of sort of wanting to fill the financial void.
And how do you manage the way that my husband doesn't really believe in what I'm believing right now? So he's like, why are you so happy? We have to pay this and this and this and this. I'm like, I'm actually really literally
Well, his perspective is that everyone tends to do things because they should do them or because they have to do them, because it's sort of the way your society has oriented you. And so there's nothing more annoying than to be still working and doing what you think you have to do while somebody else has stopped doing what they have to do and is happy. That's just annoying. And there isn't anything that you could say that he wouldn't translate, because he can translate rabbits too. There isn't anything that you could be saying, this isn't what he would hear. She doesn't want to work. 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 Of course she's happy. She's not working. Of course she's happy. She's not working. And
I've been trying to help him in his business. I'm trying to get more into the business so I can...
But he doesn't believe right now that the business is enough to support both incomes. He doesn't believe that, and so you can help him all you want. You're still more in the way than you are helping him. He wants you to get out there somewhere else and get money from somewhere else and bring it home. But here's the thing. You want to, and this is subtle and yet really easy to understand. You cannot serve two masters. Pick one and let it be your inner being. Now we want to say that better. Pick one and let it be you, your own desires. Let it be your vortex. Let it be what you were born to accomplish. Let it be that, because everybody else, we say the same thing to them too. But humans, you keep wanting to say that if you do what's best for you, then you don't do what's best for this family, or you don't do what's best for our checking account. And what we want you all to understand is that when you do find alignment with who you are, and you light up as our friend lighted up, you're in a place of receiving, and he's going to be really glad to know you if he'll just leave you alone and let you attract the way you are able to attract. But if he gets all over your case and makes you feel guilty about what you are not doing or about how you are not pleasing him, then in that guilty feeling, your point of attraction sucketh. It just does. You just cannot get to where you want to be when you don't feel good. And so it's not the easiest thing, because you keep wanting to not seem like you're as happy as you feel, because it upsets somebody who's not understanding it. So here's what we would say to him if we were standing in your physical shoes. I just can't believe how fortunate I am that I get to be with you, who's continuing on in a meaningful way while I'm finding my place. And I know for sure that this is going to unfold in a way that we are going to thrive. I know that it is. I couldn't feel this good if good things weren't coming. Hang in there with me a little bit. I'm not asking you to be as happy as I am. I want you to be as happy as I am. And I would like to ask you to be happy for me. And I know that's not even a possible thing either. I'm just saying to you, man that I love more than life itself, I'm not going to give up my happy feeling because you can't find it. I'm just not going to give it up. And nothing makes me any happier than when you are happy, but I have to show myself that I don't need your happy for me to be happy. There's something that's really powerful in that for me. And I believe with everything that I am, that if I can maintain this happiness just for a little while, this feeling of well-being, this feeling of clarity, this feeling of strength and certainty, if I can stay there, I will manifest something that will show me in a very emphatic way, and maybe you, because you're in on it with me, how this all works. And then say to him, I'm not saying that what you're doing isn't working. It's obvious. And I am thankful and appreciative of everything that you do. I know that we are together for a reason. I can feel it. I would not give you up for anything unless you get in my way. No, wait, no. I'm reaching for the connection to source that will enhance the experience that I'm loving so much with you. This is not either or. This is us together co-creating. And thank you for what you're doing, and stay tuned, because this is going to be really fun for us. One day we were talking with a mother who was concerned about her son, and we told her some things that we would say, sort of like some of these things. And she said, oh, Abraham, my son will just think I'm forsaking him. He's used to my sympathy and my concern and my agreement with his plight. And he will think that I'm not on his side. And we said, no one would ever feel that way if you are, from the very core of your being, appreciating everything about him. When you look at your family business through the eyes of Source, you feel proud. When you look at your mate through the eyes of Source, you feel so much love and so much appreciation and so thankful for who he is. And when you feel that, he might miss it because he's not in tune with it, but he's not always not in tune with it. He's often in tune with it, and he will feel it. But if you agree with him about the things that he's worried about, then he won't get there. You see what we're getting at? Your inner being is calling you, and right now you're on the move toward it. And when someone's watching someone in physical form who's on the move into vibrational harmony with their own vortex, they get the benefit of watching what happens.